So this morning we're going to start with some deep breathing exercises, 3 of them. Belly breath in, through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe in, belly breath, fill your belly with air, and breathe out through the mouth, squeeze all the air out. Do this 3 times. Nice, oxygenate head to toe, activate your aerobic system, and just get you connected to your body. In through the nose. Okay, you see my belly filling with air. Squeeze it out through the mouth 3 times. Nice. Now just breathe in, reach overhead. Let's go into a modified wide-legged forward fold. I'm going to do 3 with our knees bent. Naman's going to help me. Breathe in, belly breath in, breathe out, flat back forward. Knees can be bent or open. It's up to you. Just a good way to wake up your hamstrings. Nice. Breathe in. Now let's stop maybe getting in a little bit deeper. Go flat back forward with legs straight. Breathe. Reach your hands. Keep a flat back. Tilt your pelvis. Bend the knees if you have to. Release the hamstrings. Heel toe open. Get a little wider. Find your spots. Breathe in. Breathe out. Wake up your lower back. Hamstrings. Now forearm. A little deeper. Looking ahead, not rounding. Now Skandasana or lateral lunge. Left and then right. See where you're at. Breathe in. Breathe out. Right? Keep your hips in line. The heels. Keep your hands flat in the center, side to side 3 times. If you need a table, do that. After 3, we're going to get a little deeper and we're going to rotate the extended leg up. Internal, external rotation in the hip, the groin, the glute, the hamstring, flexing the foot. Switch to the other side. Breathe in, breathe out. As you can see, I'm not too worried about the position of my back. What I really want to work on is that extended leg. Nice. Breathe. You don't have to keep the heel flat if you can. More power to you. Pretty hard. Awesome. So let's add rotation. QL stretch, I like to call it. Squat. Extend the opposite leg. Head is in line with the hips. I'm not hooking my neck. Nice straight line from head to hip. Breathe in, breathe out 3 times. Now add a rotation. Let's look at nice into that QL. Your hip, the glute of the extended leg. Breathe and through to the other side. Notice how my shoulders are in line with my knee. And I'm opening and closing. It's a great QL stretch. Multifidus muscle stretch, which is your spine. And the QL is that deep muscle in the lower back. Okay, Malasana. Try to get your heels flat. Toes pointed out just a little bit. You can add rotations. Play with your hips. Feel like you're tight. And you decide how you need to move, you know? Great. So now we're going to start going into that shrimp squat pyramid pose. Malasana. Nice. Breathe. Stretch. Up. Nice. All right. So pyramid pose. Great for the glute, the ankles. It's a little tighter. Right? You want to bring your back knee to the front heel. You want to flat back, breathe out, and you want to be looking ahead. And bring your body weight up over the hip. Breathe, come up, pyramid. Up at the same time now. So I modify it and then I add, breathe. Yep, I'm tight too sometimes, so this is just a good way to stretch. Find your spots, engage the core while activating the ankles and the glute. Pyramid. Shrimp squat. Pyramid. This is the more advanced. Naman's coming to do it with us. Breathe. So let's talk about pigeon now from there. Pigeon's tight for me. I'm on the top of my foot in the back, and I'm just going to play and find. You can rock side to side and come on the toe. Bring your body weight forward. Move it to the side. Find all kinds of, you know, the glute isn't just one muscle. There's all kinds of muscles in there. When you change your angles, you get them all. Here's a little more of an active pigeon. Nice. Keeping one foot on the ground. There, let's do a little frog now. Right, knees are wide, heels are together. Come forward, see my feet are together, but my knees are open. Drop belly to the ground. Breathe out. It's a good groin stretch. Trying to do 3 of everything. Breathe in on the stretch, out on the stretch. Holding it for 2 seconds. We're going to go right to pigeon on this side, just for the sake of not having to move. I don't have great hips, probably from years of skiing, broken hip, so I don't get as much open as other people do. That's a good way to do it. Roll the hip forward, roll the hip back, hip forward, hip back, change your angle, play with your foot. See, I'm flexing my foot, pointing my foot in the back to frog for 3. Oh, I just lied. Back to shrimp squat. Sometimes we all mess up, particularly I'll mess up in the middle of something, right? Sometimes when I'm teaching, I lose my train of thought and I thinking ahead to my next pose, and then you get that cue. So the shrimp squat I like. It's good for the ankle, for the glute, for your QL, your groin, your toes. All right, so just side bends, feet face forward. We're not doing triangle, just side to side. Notice how my hips kind of hinged a little bit. So we're going to go into hero pose here, all right? We're going to go into hero on the top of our foot, getting into the ankles, the tibia, the quads. Bring the body weight on the heels. Bring your butt to your heels and the shoulders back. Now, I like to go flexed foot, top of the foot, flexed foot, top of the foot. Make sure you're watching your posture. Have your head over your shoulders, over your hips, over your heels. Don't be leaning forward. There's that little angle, but see how I bring my body weight back. Try to reach back, grab your heels, your ankles, your toes. Breathe in. You can add side bends. You know, we don't move in just one way or another, so don't be afraid to play with movement. Here, right? Add another little side bend, hands behind the head, rotations. Rotations really activate that whole transverse abdominis and your obliques. Round, forward, tuck, tilt. This is pelvis, tuck, tilt. Your toes might be screaming at you right now, but this is so good for you if you have feet. All right, let's add camel. So now your hips are over the knees and you're reaching for the toes. Keep your shoulders square to the front for this one. Sometimes you can rotate, but this one we're not. Breathe. I couldn't grab my heels here, so I just did a back bend. Top of the feet. Same thing. Breathe in, breathe out. See, hips are over the knees. Shoulders are in line with each other. Facing forward. Those are my dogs visiting. Sorry. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax. The more that you breathe, the deeper you're going to get when you relax that core. Okay, see, now I'm showing you. You can add rotation if you need to. Nice. Breathe in. Nice little stretch right here. This is a handstand prep. But it's a great hamstring stretch. It's a good way to offset all the work we just did. The tops of our feet. Our feet are neglected. And often ankles for runners, skiers, just even if you're on your feet a lot, causes all kinds of referred pain. So that little stretch right there is a nice way to not only prepare for a handstand, but to stretch it all out. Okay, let's get into a little bit of a quad set. Okay, so you can put your hands or something under your knees, and what you're doing is activating your quad, not your glute. You're not squeezing with the glutes, it's that top muscle. You squeeze that, you strengthen it, it releases your hamstring. Okay, now you might not get your heel up. I have flexion in my hamstrings. All right, notice I'm pointing and I'm flexing my toe. Okay, right, so point, and flexing quadricep. You need strong knees when you're on point, and you need strong knees when your ankles are flexed. So play with those, okay? Notice how my shoulders are over my hips. I'm breathing in, I'm breathing out. I'm holding those for 2 seconds. That's what I'm telling you right there. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Do both together. Flex, point, flex, point. Okay, hip flexor strengthening at the same time. If your leg's cramped, don't do this yet, but do it on point, right? See that? Nice, a good way to strengthen. Notice that external rotation with flexion. Play with all the angles here. Try to get at least 3. Great ab psoas strength right here. Breathe. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. Nice. Reach for the toes. The nice flat back and breathe out. So I like to call this the hip check. All right. My feet are allowed to move. One hip goes forward, the other one goes back, and I'm reaching. Opposite. Breathe. Good. This is great. Your QL if you have SI joint issues, lower back pain. Breathe in, breathe out. My dogs are coming to visit me. This cross, this is the advanced. All right, nice hamstring stretch. You cross it, breathe. Awesome. And then we're going to do an upright pigeon. See? Pigeon pose. Again, my hips are tight. You might be able to get yours flat. Doesn't mean not to do it. It means to do it and stretch the muscles. See that rotation? Breathe in, breathe out. You're rotating from the belly button, not just your upper body, all right? So you're looking at transverse abdominals. Nice stretch in your chest for your shin. So do 3 minimum each side. Notice my shoulders are square to my shin. Right now, round your nose to your knee. Point, flex, point, flex. Breathe in, breathe out. So let's get some groin fixing. Off in. Yep, see that internal, external point. Flex, make circles. Breathe in and breathe out. If you have a hip thing, if you have an ankle thing, 10 to 1, you have a tight groin. One of these muscles are overworking or underworking. This is a good way to figure out which one it is. I found on that open rotation, it was deep in my groin. Breathe, nice. Here, same. The opposite leg. Notice how I rotated it and I found my tight spot. I just touched it and then work in that angle. You have to discover for yourself where you're tight. If you're not tight, just throw in a couple of stretches just cause. Same thing on this side, okay? Cross the leg behind. Right away, I know what's on this side. I didn't even have to internally or externally rotate, and I probably felt it when I was doing the other side. This one's more in my hip, my outer hip. I'm making circles with point and flex. Circles are a nice gentle way to get to all the surrounding muscles and tendons without putting too much pressure and hurting, okay? Nice, see I'm pointing to you. Right there is where I'm feeling that. So I'm gonna just stay right there. Move it where it hurts. Make it move. Move through it just for a few seconds. You'll be surprised how mobile that makes you. Quad stretch. Okay, your knees are in lines with your shoulder. You don't have your heel to your butt, okay? Of that top leg, there's some space. You want that knee lower there, see? You want it parallel and in line with the shoulders. We're not opening for this one. Keep that bottom foot on the ground, that whole leg contact. Breathe in and breathe out. I'm going to do 3 or 4 of these. And then you're going to swing that top leg forward. Breathe out. Nice extension. I'll play with the bottom leg. Open the knee. Close the knee. Open the heel. Up, down. More rotation in that hip. Fixes the ankle and the glute and the shoulders. It's all connected. Now we're doing this quad stretch. Right? Grab the bottom knee. Grab an ankle. Roll the top open and you want to get flat. Breathe in and breathe out and hold. 1, 1,002. Right? And don't be afraid to find your spots. See? Oh, I'm lifting my top leg foot, bending it. You can play with poses. Breathe in, breathe out. Always do a little bit of a bridge here. It's just to let your hips and your glutes know, yep, I worked you and now I want you in line. And it's just little pulses. Hold 1,002, squeeze, pop, other side, right? Knee is in line with the shoulder. You could be up on your elbow or you can be flat. It's up to you. Breathe. The other side, I don't think I came to extension, but this one, come to extension, right? So quad stretch, quad, hip flexors, breathe in, breathe out, hamstring, quad, hamstring, breathe. This is a stretch I do pretty much every day. Nice. Open and close, rotation, do them together. Breathe, open. These are so great because you internally and externally are rotating your hips. We don't often do that when we're working out. We don't really do that kind of side rotational movement. So throwing these in are so beneficial for your ankles, your knees, your glutes. Breathe in, breathe out. Grabbing that bottom ankle is an awesome stretch. Sometimes I'll snap my back into place with this all the way up. It's an awesome stretch. Breathe, hold, bottom ankle. I grab my toes. If you can grab your ankle, grab your heel. If this is tight for you, you can use a strap. Okay. All right, ankle circles. And notice how I'm just moving the ankles, not the whole leg. You can write your name with the alphabet. It's going to help your ankles. Going to help your knees. If you have any knee problems, this is great to do. Breathe in and breathe out. Gorgeous. Okay, so I call this my multifidus stretch. Okay, open a knee, extend the other leg, bend the knee. Now keep the foot flat, but let the knee fall open. Foot flat, let your knee fall open and stretch onto the extended leg. You're rotating from the belly button. This gets the spinal muscles, all they're attached all along. They're deep, intrinsic. They cause problems in knees and backs and hips and ankles. Here we go, add in rotation. Love rotation. The rotation from the belly button gets muscles we don't utilize that motion a lot. Keeping my heel and my ankles, my foot flat while I'm playing. This is tight for me, just to let you know. I'm breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Don't let the foot come off, and quad set the extended leg. Do 3 each side. Breathe. If opening it, you can't move, you don't have to open. If you can't get your elbow to your opposite knee, look, I can't either, especially after driving for 5 hours. Okay, so nice. Breathe in, breathe out. So let's get some swimming going on here. This is, or we're going to go into Cobra first, but stretch the psoas. Strengthen the back muscles. This helps me with back pain and hip pain. Breathe in, breathe out. Come up, keeping the hips on the ground. Get length in your upper body. Don't hike your shoulders. Keep them down. Length from the belly button. Feet aren't active. We're not. Now they are. Now we're going to lift. Now we're going to activate the glute and the lower back muscles. Lift, lengthen, breathe. Lift. 3 of them, I believe. Nice. Now we're going to add some swimming. This is one of my favorite ways to protect my back, ease my back after driving, after skiing hard, after biking, okay? So locust, come up and kick your whole feet up, squeeze your butt, push. Notice how my hips come up a little bit off the ground. Look right there, I felt it in my back, so I'm finding spots. Breathe right and left. Breathe out. Nice stretch. Extension, notice. My fingers are grabbing the ground, my arms are extended, my shoulders not lifting. I'm lengthening through my spine, I'm engaging my glutes. Here, now let's just talk about our upper back. That's such a good strengthener. This is swimming. Bring your arms all the way. Come back, butterfly, all the way back. You can do it with your head off the ground. Yeah, that's my favorite way to do it. The other one, you're isolating your shoulders. Great after sitting all day, skiing, biking, all that rounding offsets it. That affects your ankles and your hips too. Nice, and breathe, come back, come up. Breathe in, breathe out, extend. You're posteriorly strengthening all the back muscles while strengthening and lengthening the core muscles. This is another hamstring strengthener. I like it's a Pilates move. Flex your feet, kick your butt 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now come up and fully extend. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. Hold. 1, 2. Other side kick. You want your heels to get to your butt, but I'm a little tight today. But ultimately, you really want to kick your butt to your heels. Breathe. I want to say this is seal in Pilates, but it isn't. But look at that. I'm not pulling with my neck. I'm using my core, my abs, my QL, my glutes. Child pose. On my tippy toes. Breathe in. I'm going to go into a modified puppy. My forehead on the ground. Now I'm going to drop my chest. Notice I have my hips over my knees. I'm getting a nice puppy pose. I'm going to come forward, cobra. Breathe in and breathe out. Namaste.